like to introduce today the Executive Director of the Recreation Council of Greater St. Louis, Sue Fleming.
Thank you, Deborah, and welcome everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. Although the temperatures outside are no indication of summer, it's a good time to start planning for the summer months and what your sons and daughters will be doing during summer. So I thank Deborah and I thank Special School District for allowing me to come and speak with you today. I would be remiss if I did not tell you a little bit about the Recreation Council in terms of who we're funded by. In St. Louis County, we are generously funded by the Productive Living Board for St. Louis County citizens with developmental disabilities. In St. Louis City by the Developmental Disabilities Resource Board, Resources, DDR, and then also in St. Charles by the Developmental Disabilities Resource Board of St. Charles County. Without their funding, we would not be able to provide the services that we are going to be talking about here in just a few minutes. We do serve those three counties, St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and St. Charles County. And as you can see on the screen, this is what we do. We're incorporated in 1983, and we allow individuals with disabilities through our services to have the opportunity to have fun, be active, socialize, and enhance their quality of life through our services. So our services include information referral. The Recreation Council serves as a clearinghouse for information. We provide that information through a variety of different ways. You can contact us at any time, talk to one of our staff members. You can go on to our website and you can find all sorts of recreation opportunities. You can find our quarterly newsletters, our guide to leisure services. And on the lower right, on the far right side, you will see that's our summer 2002 summer opportunities guide. But we are currently working on the 2023 summer opportunities guide that will be available by February 1st. You can find all that information on our website. I will show that website to you a little bit later here. But it's important that you know that now is a time to really start planning. Don't wait, because programs fill quickly. In many of the programs, especially the camps, there are shortages of staff, so limited space may be applied here, so we encourage you again to apply early for programming. So as soon as it's out there, but you will see all that information on our website. But please feel free, if you don't, have access to a computer or, a printer, you can certainly give our office a call and we'll make sure to get that information out. In our summer opportunities guide, we highlight day camps, overnight camps, team programs, sports and recreation programs, other leisure activities, so it's a good comprehensive guide of what is available during the summer months. So please look for that February 1st, or call us and we will send that to you. One of our big programs, and I'm going to talk primarily about these programs, are our voucher programs that allow for choices in recreation opportunities. It used to be, families would choose recreation programs that were out there that were being funded by our funding partners. However, now with the voucher programs, families can choose programs that are best suited for their sons and daughters, that support their interest as well as their support needs. So let me talk about those programs, or those voucher programs. First one is our residential camp voucher. This allows families to choose a 1-week camp for their sons or daughters. We are still working on the reimbursement rate for that. Typically, we do $550 for individuals that have a 1-to-5 ratio need in a camp, or for individuals that have higher support needs and need a 1-to-1, we typically go up to 825. We realize with the camp programs increasing their cost and so on, that we need to look at a higher rate that we reimburse. But we will provide those voucher programs. In St. Louis County, you may apply for those residential camp vouchers after January 15th. And you can actually, again, go onto our website and print out that application and either, send it back to us by mail, or you can actually fill it out on your computer, save it, and then send it to one of our emails. And I will show you those emails later. But people have been choosing camps that that are not only local, but actually, in other states as well. So we're really giving you a lot of choices on the programs that we will fund. So look for that information. The CARE voucher is community access recreation experiences, and these are funds to assist program participants in getting involved in a variety of recreation programs, including day camps, sports programs, other leisure activities, the YMCA, the Girls Boys Clubs, TASC, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. There's so many different programs that you can use our funds for. With the CARE funds, we can go up to $350 that you choose, again, those programs, and you either pay a 10% copay, or else you pay the remaining cost of that program. But our fiscal year runs on October 1st through September 30th. So, you can receive up to $350 for the fiscal year. So it's not just summer programs, it's year-round programs. Adventure vouchers, this is to assist adults 18 years and older in participating in adventure type programs such as the Sunny Hills on the Road Adventures, St. Louis Arcs Escapes, Trout Lodge, Park and Recreation Adventures, Wilderness Inquiry, which was out of Minnesota. Again, we're giving people a lot of choices. But the whole premise of the adventure voucher program is to allow individuals to do things that they normally would not do, to gain life skills, and also communication with others, develop new friendships, and so on. So next slide, please. The next program that I want to talk about that would apply during the summer months is a recreation supports voucher. And actually that's available year round, but a lot of people use this voucher to allow families to hire someone they know and trust to provide personal care when somebody is attending a community recreation program and need the support for their son or daughter in the area of personal care. That may be assistance in changing in and out of swimsuits, or assistance in the restroom. There's a program such as your park and recreation departments that have day camps where individuals are there from 8 o'clock in the morning, sometimes until 4. So you can hire somebody to assist your loved one in a recreation program that need personal care. You hire that individual. It's a very delicate, issue, personal care. So we want to make sure that you're hiring somebody you know and trust for the safety of the child. So I want to talk to you about the voucher programs and how you qualify for those programs. It's very important that you know that our voucher programs are for individuals who live in St. Louis City, St. Louis County, and St. Charles County. Participants must have a verified intellectual developmental disability. This is very important. And, when we ask for information on our applications. We ask that because it is part of the verification process. I know a lot of individuals are concerned about sharing social security numbers, and I certainly understand, but that's how we identify individuals. We don't use it for any other reason but for reporting and to verify information. We do not, use it for any other reason, so it's secure. If you prefer not to send it by email or by mail, you can certainly give us a call and provide that information, by phone. But our staff is also available because sometimes people don't always understand the information that we are requesting on our voucher applications. So let our staff be available to assist you in completing those voucher applications. Some voucher programs do have age restrictions. For our residential camp voucher program, it's for all ages, but typically most camps do not start until age 7. Some programs are different, in terms of ages, so we do need to stick to that. You must also completely or fully complete the voucher application. If you do not, then basically that will hold you up in the processing of the voucher. So as long as we have all your information, we can get that to you within a week. So the verification. So please make sure to include that information. And then with the recreation supports voucher, again, the family must choose the recreation provider that they know and trust. We do have some resources that you can go to if you don't know anyone. But again, we really encourage you to do background checks, and we will also provide a $10 stipend to help cover that background check if you choose to do that, which we hope you do. All vouchers do have participant co-pays. This is very important with the camp programs. What we do, this the overnight camps, is we ask you to pay the deposit of the program. And then let's say, our funding is $600 and the camp costs $700 or $800. And they ask you for $100 deposit, you pay that in addition to the overage of the other $100 that we do not pay. So I hope that's not confusing, but again, the deposit is something that the camps do ask for when you're applying for their programs. So make sure that you send in your deposit with your application. And it doesn't hurt when you send in your application to indicate that you're going to the Recreation Council for funding. Really good information. With our mini camp, for example, I did not talk about a mini camp, but a mini camp is a 3-day, 2-day, camp experience. It's an overnight camp. Sometimes that's held in the summer, sometimes it's during fall and spring. If you choose not to do a 1-week camp experience using our voucher funds, you can use the funds for 2 mini camps. So it's important. Whatever the deposit is what you will pay. The CARE voucher program, we do request a 10% of the total cost or anything over the $350. With our recreation supports, those monies are just actually there to help supplement the cost that you would pay for somebody to go with your son or daughter to that program. And I think I covered those. Oh, the adventure program, we can go up to $720, and that adventure program, you pay 10% of the actual cost of the adventure program. Okay, next slide, please. Okay, so a couple things I'd like to talk about. It's so very important that you plan early for summer programs. As I said before, they fill up very, very quickly. In our summer opportunities guide, we also have a page that gives you some guidelines on choosing a camp program or a recreation program. please refer to that because it gives some good information on how, to make the best decision on those programs. But when filling out applications for recreation programs, please provide as much information you can about your son or daughter to the recreation provider, because this will allow for successful inclusion in those programs. It used to be a lot of times families were very concerned about including that information because they were afraid that their son or daughter may be excluded. But in order to make this program, successful for everyone, including your son or daughter, for yourself, and also the recreation provider, please, ahead of time, provide as much information as possible. And there's always like a line, in many of the applications that, do ask, what accommodations are needed and so on. So that's your way in, to provide that information. So one of the camps asked that when I present this spring to different families and to individuals, to make sure that when you are dropping your son or daughter off at recreation programs or, at especially overnight camps, is that you stay until you've had a chance to meet with the staff, provide the medications and so on to the nurse before you leave. Very, very important, because we have seen individuals who have been sent home because their parents just thought, okay, we're at camp, this is where you sign in, and they take off. Very important that families, meet with the staff. Go ahead then, Deborah. So where can you find the Recreation Council's information, the voucher applications, the voucher information, and our summer opportunities guide and so on? I've listed here the Recreation Council's website at recreationcouncil.org, real easy. When you open up our page, in the very top right-hand corner, you will see newsletters, you'll see, voucher applications, the activities, but different icons that you can click on to navigate our website and get the information you're looking for. But please, again, I've listed our phone number here, the 314-726-6044, so that you can call one of us and, get that information, explain information to you, again, to help you with the application if you need that. But, it's just real important to gain that information and also find all of our applications. And please note, again, that we realize that some families don't use the internet or don't use our websites. So please do not hesitate to give us a call if you need, hard copies of any of our information. And then again, you can either email our applications or you can mail those to us. Again, in St. Louis County, the residential camp vouchers will be available, the applications on January 15th. So please, we did have funds left over from last year, again, because of staffing issues and lack of a good number of slots in camps, but, we are hearing that more camps are offering more sessions. Some of the camps that were in, that did not provide camp services in the last couple of years are going to be offering those programs this year. So please, take a look at all the information we have available. Excuse me when I take a drink. Okay, next slide, please. So again, I thank you for allowing me to come and speak with you. I'm looking at my time here because I want to allow for a couple questions. But thank you so much. This information is very important. We want to allow, some real positive experiences for your loved ones this summer. Please do not hesitate to contact us if you have any questions, need assistance. completing vouchers or learning about recreation programs. That's what the Recreation Council is all about. We want to help you. But we also want to say, we hope that your loved ones have a wonderful, wonderful summer experience. And through our vouchers, I know one question that a lot of people do ask is, can we apply for more than one voucher? And absolutely, you can do that. So please, you can apply for all of them if they apply to you or your loved one. So, okay, I'll go ahead and take any questions that anyone might have. I know that, Deborah, we have been doing this for quite some time, and I didn't know if there's anything that maybe I did not address that you can think of.
I think one of the other things that you guys are so wonderful about is problem solving with some of the families. I know that I've given your wonderful staff calls before when families have real concerns about they're not quite sure about camps and there's some hesitancy about sending your child to like an overnight camp and to walk through some of those steps. So your staff is not just wonderful about helping fill out vouchers, but they're wonderful in really talking to families and problem solving about what families can expect and to really make sure that all of us who are parents have that opportunity to help our children with those wonderful social opportunities and the recreation and having a good time. So I've worked with your staff for a really long time and they're just wonderful. So I do encourage, I'm glad you said it over and over and over again, to give you a call if there's anything. And we've done that for years and years and you've never let us down. So we appreciate so much you being here today and kind of kicking off. I know it's right before our winter break, but really starting to think about camp and what's going to go on during the summer early.
Right.
Is very helpful and looking at that eligibility, what might be needed ahead of time. Don't wait until it's time to actually apply for camp. Go on. So thank you so much. Our next Lunch and Learn, we will be hosting the Productive Living Board, which you referenced as the funder of the recreation and support services. You can also contact us at FACE at ssdmo.org if you have additional questions, and we will point you in the right direction, or go to our webpage for information on any of our cafes, our hub huddles, our workshops, or lunch and learns that are coming up at www.ssdmo.org/face. So I don't see that we have any questions, but thank you so much, Sue, for being here with us today and providing this wonderful information. And we look forward to February 1st, getting that summer opportunities guide. Yes. If families have a problem with that too, they can also contact FACE and we'll help you with that.
Right. So, I know we provide, summer guides to SSD and, we'll be doing that again. And then I also just want to mention, in terms of references, family members, are looking for programs, ask for references from the camps, go and visit some of the camps, take your loved one, to the camp and familiarize them with, their program and the site, so there's different ways. We also have some wonderful magazines, or articles, about accessing camp for the first time, so give us a call about those too. So again, thank you very much.
Well, and the other thing is I still give out last year's summer recreation guide, knowing that dates are going to change and some things may change, but it's a good place to just go and get ideas about what kind of opportunities are out there for your child. So thanks again, Sue, and thanks everyone for joining us at the Family and Community Engagement Lunch and Learn. Again, join us January 25th when we will have the Productive Living Board talking about funding and all of the wonderful things that they do for our St. Louis County residents. Thanks.
Thank you.